From now on, we're all a bit of archaeologists, so how are you guys? I hope everything is fine. I'm doing just fine, because finally after a whole week of adventures with armor templates in our cities, but in this Minecraft version 1.1980.22. And you know, I immediately want to apologize a little bit for having delayed the review of the new beta a little bit, since it is so huge that she had to deal with it. With her for almost 2 whole days, guys, it's just something with something. But for now, new structures, new crafts, new blocks, and let's unpack it as soon as possible. Well, guys, as they say, welcome to our new beta. In the Minecraft beta version 1.1980.22. And you know, after the release of this completely unexpected cherry biome, I thought the Mojangs would not be able to surprise us with anything. Well, as they say, it's time to buckle up, because today you and I get just the most amazing archaeological structures, which are like completely abandoned cities, littered with tons of garbage, but why are they needed and how to use them? The fact is that now, walking around your Minecraft world, and on our way, you may meet just such strange and incomprehensible piles of blocks, which are the same abandoned cities or ancient settlements. Therefore, as they say, we take our brushes, we fence all these fences with a shovel, we begin our excavations in hopes of finding something really interesting. But in the end, after half an hour of our excavations, you and I will be able to find such an abandoned ancient settlement with an almost completely destroyed house and a very strange church. If you suddenly ask me if these excavations were worth it, then of course they were worth it. After all, we understood that here you can find such very interesting resources that are very different from the archaeology that is familiar to us. And here I have already spoiled new pieces of ceramics and templates for armor. But that's not all. The fact is that Beth again, the powerhouses decided to completely separate the items that will fall from those or other structures, or even from full-fledged biomes. If you and I were able to find a lot of interesting things in an abandoned city, including even hanging signs, then in general we will be able to get these little things from the desert biome, including ancient temples and abandoned wells. Of course, the oceans. In the oceans, too, you can find a little suspicious sand or robbery, but in the end, objects like these fall from them. And by the way, this fragment is very similar to a shark. And of course, since we're talking about our clay pots, and as you probably already noticed, we just added a whole ton of brand new pieces of ceramics to the already existing 4 clay pots, and what we understood, these are as many as 16 brand new clay pots that we can see right now with you. And of course, each of these pieces falls in a certain biome, in a certain structure. And this, by the way, is the shark. It turned out that it was a chest. In any case, it's very cool. And of course, I almost forgot about these very templates for the armor, so that you understand, we have as many as 5 completely new colorings, 4 of which are more earthy, I would say, and are located in those very abandoned settlements. And another 5th, in my opinion, by the way, one of the best templates that is now in Minecraft, is the Varden template, which, oddly enough, can be found in the ancient city in chests, and the chance of it has fallen, but about 1%, which makes it one of the rarest items of our hip. And what is this? Well, seriously, guys, this is a completely new page of our review, and in general, probably a new page of our hip. After all, what did they understand? This is a brand new incomprehensible Amethyst acoustic calibration sensor. And why is he special? What is different from the most common acoustic sensor? Therefore, as they say, let's take it in order, but before that we need to get out. Wow, that's obviously going to be much better. Anyway, what is this thing and what can I tell you about it? In short, guys, right, if super in simple words, then we are pushing a Amethyst acoustic sensor, and if we don't delve into it at all, then this thing here allows us to extend our signal a little. That is, they understood that if I jump right here, he will hear me, but these acoustic sensors won't hear me, this one won't hear me, and this one even more so won't be able to hear me. In short, guys, if I add an amethyst block, then just look, now if I jump right here, this acoustic sensor hears me. If I add to it, well, in this way, another block of amethyst, then just look how cool it works. I'm jumping, right here. Palms. They hear me pom-poms. In short, guys, a new mechanic is being added to us, which is called resonance, and with the help of these amethyst blocks, we will be able to prolong our signals arrested. This is if we don't delve into it at all. Wow. But that's not all, because this thing can be controlled and it will pick up exactly specific sounds. In short, let me show you. So that means, at first glance, what I'm going to show you now may look like a very ordinary standard acoustic sensor and not some kind of amethyst at all, well, up to one very interesting thing. Did you realize that this Amethyst acoustic sensor works just like the most ordinary one? That is, we can calmly jump right now, he will catch our signal and, as it were, react in exactly the same way as a conventional acoustic sensor. Well, something like that, in this way. Well, let's turn it off, and turn on this one here Amethyst. In short, guys, the difference between this one and the standard one is that it can be adjusted and configured. Do you understand? If we go into this funnel right now, launch everything with pieces of cobblestone and shove one piece of cobblestone into our funnel, then look, now it will react only to steps. Something like that, like this. But if we decide to jump, he will absolutely not care. And in the same way, if we decide to break some block, that is, simply, just look at him, he's completely unresponsive, but that's not even the most interesting thing. Let's say we want him to react only to jumping, but not to walking. And to do this, we will need to go into our loading funnel again, give us a whole stack of our cobblestone and 28 more pieces. This is very important, as it turned out. So let's divide 28 pieces of cobblestone here, so. Oops, great. And now just look, guys, we're going to walk, he doesn't care at all, he simply can't hear us. But as soon as we jump, he will immediately pick up the signal and be able to pass it on to Brentstone. Well, that's not all, guys. And suddenly, if we need to make him catch only the creation of blocks in fear, that is, if we just put some blocks after him, he absolutely does not care, but in order for him to react, we will need to take and add as many as 4 stacks of our cobblestone here and just cut the bombs. Palms are 4 stacks of cobblestones, and now it won't react to jumping, it won't react to walking, but it will respond to the installation of the block. You just look at how cool it works. But at the same time, he will not react to the destruction of blocks, that is, I can just break it and he absolutely does not care. This is very strange, at the same time it adds some completely new mechanics to our game. But if I want it to react only to the destruction of blocks, what do I need to do and how do I adjust it? In short, in order for this to work, we again cut our funnel and add 20 more cobblestones here. Palms are divided and 4 more in this way. Great. And now this Amethyst acoustic sensor will only work on destruction. It's very cool. But it will not work on the installation of blocks. What's going on anyway? This is some kind of awesome mechanics. This has not yet said anything about the fact that one of the sides of this new acoustic Amethyst sensor is not at all designed to transmit redstone, and as it is probably not difficult to guess, it is exactly this part with pieces of amethyst. What we understood was that if we just take a redstone and hook it up in this way, then it will be able to transmit a signal to all 3 parts, except for this, so to speak, its main side, which is designed to transmit sound and receive sound resonance. All this works about something like this in such a simple way. It's an awesome sound. I think you'll download it now and try it all out for yourself. I'm not done yet, guys, beta is just going on. Therefore, as they say, tablets. And honestly, I admit to you guys, I kind of didn't check out this thing a little bit, because either I'm so grandfather, or whatever it is. It's kind of weird a little bit. In short, now it's beta again, you can safely edit the text written on the plates or add something new, and in generally write from both sides of the plate. It's just look, I can safely click on any of these plates and write something new, for example, just hi like this in a way in everything as it were. Or, for example, I can go behind this sign and again just write hi in this way and... What's going on anyway? It's weird. If Knight saw this thing, he probably would. He deleted Minecraft from his computer, because I do not know, many people have checked out this thing, but for me it looks somehow very strange and wild or something. In any case, in the same way, you can take and let's say paint from this side, or let's say not paint from this side, and this is quite if it will work, because now the plate on both sides is completely different, or, for example, I can take and edit it high on high in this way and how would it be it will also work. And in the same way it works not only with these ordinary signs, but also with these scales, so I click and write any word, for example LOL, why not, the simplest and I can easily paint it, lighten it and everything in this spirit. Similarly, on the other hand, for example, not. LOL, why not? And you just look LOL not LOL, LOL not LOL. Not LOL, what can I say? After all, these are our pink flower petals and of course the cherry biome. And that, for example, the guys in the new Betty fixed it quite a bit for us, to be precise, they fixed it or, more precisely, even fixed this falling foliage or falling particles from cherry trees. It looks just incredible. The year seems like they are really blown away by the wind. It's just something with something, guys. And of course, they added the sound of placing these pink flowers, cakes. It looks really cool. I'm just in shock. I still don't believe that we have such beauty in our Minecraft. Well, little by little, and all the guys, although there are still some interesting little apologies in the listing, but unlike what we saw today, it's better to show you screenshots, so you'll just see the gameplay, driving parodies, blocks, mobs, graphical, touch controls and user interface. All this is right now on your screen, so you can pause, read it, or suddenly, if you need it too much, then at the bottom of the description you will find a link to the official listing of the new B of this version 1.1980.22, and you can read it in any language convenient for you. But in the same way there are still technical updates, so the registry has graphical and technically experimental features. There the primeval guys are waiting for us. In any case, all this is right now on your screen. Well, as I said, you can go down to the description, find a link there on the official ladder, read it in a language convenient for you. Well, that's it. This is, after all, a chest, not a shark. Well, then, as always, guys, just huge because it was the new beta of Minecraft version 1.1980.22. And of course I apologize for the fact that I delayed the review a little bit, because with this one it would really have to be a little bit. It's a little bit to figure out, but there are a lot of interesting mechanics here. Well, at least with this incomprehensible acoustic amethyst sensor. I think many people will understand me now, because this is a straight thing for a geek and few people will ever use it in the game. Well, that's for sure. Well, that's it. Be sure to put your likes, write comments, subscribe to the channel if for some reason you haven't done it yet. There are a lot of interesting Minecraft bedrags here. As always, secrets, riddles, experiments, tips, new buns, in short, a lot of interesting hip content that will certainly not be superfluous in subscriptions. Well, then, as always, you can upgrade to the newest beta by following the link in the description, download, update, write in the comments how it works for you, figured out either with new mechanics, because there is so much here that I'm not even surprised to get an update from modding. I do not know what could be further than that. I don't have any shorter words. Well, then, good luck to everyone and we'll hear from you again. See you soon.